Hello guys, this is the frequency needed exchange, and today we have a video here, and the title is how smart traders use Elliott's wave to find big market moves. Alright, so everything we are going to be talking about here today, we actually documented them down so you see them in a written script format, so you're able to jot things down. Okay, so we're gonna go straight into the video. We say, of course, we're reading a book, and that's the title of the book up there, and this is where we go. So, introduction. Have you ever wondered how experienced traders seems to know when a trend is about to explode or when the market is about to reverse? The answer isn't magic, insider information, or luck. Many professional traders rely on market structure, and one of the most well-known methods is Elliott wave theory. In this video, you learn what Elliott wave is, how smart traders use it, and how you can apply it to your own trading. Let's get started. So, in a simple term, what I just read here is telling us that if I asked you a question of how you think professional traders are actually making all those big moves in the market, all those big wave trades in the market, all of those big winnings, and you probably wouldn't know how. However, the secret is that they use market structure as their basic analysis and Elliott wave as the back-end market analyzer. So let's get straight into the video. So, what is Elliott wave theory? Elliott wave theory was developed by Ralph Nelson Elliott in the 1930s. He discovered that financial markets move in repeating patterns because traders' emotions, fear, and greed repeat over time. Instead of moving randomly, prices often follow a predictable cycles. Each complete market cycle has 5 impulse waves moving in the direction of the main trend, 3 corrective waves, ABC, moving against the trend. Understanding these waves helps traders anticipate where the market could move next. The 5 impulse waves. Wave 1, the beginning. This is where the new trend starts. Most traders don't believe the trend has changed yet, so only a few buyers or sellers enter the market. Wave 2, the pullback price, retraces part of wave 1. Many traders think the previous trend is returning, but smart traders recognize this as a possible buying or selling opportunity. Important rule: wave 2 never goes beyond the beginning of wave 1. Then wave 3, the money wave. This is usually the strongest and the longest wave. News supports the trend. More traders enter. Momentum increases. This is where many professional traders try to ride the trend. Wave 4, the profit taking after a strong move. Traders begin taking profits. The market pulls back but remains within the overall trend. Then wave 5, the final push. The trend makes one final move. Retail traders often enter here because they fear missing out. Professional traders become cautious because the trend may soon reverse. The ABC correction. Once the 5 wave move is complete, the market usually enters a correction wave. Wave A, the first move against the trend. Wave B, a temporary recovery that often traps inexperienced traders into thinking the trend has resumed. Wave C, the final corrective move, which often completes the correction before a new trend begins. Why smart traders use Elliott wave? Professional traders don't use Elliott wave to predict the future with certainty. Instead, they use it to identify the current market status, estimate where the trend may continue, recognize when a trend may be ending, find higher probability entry and exit points, improves risk management. So all we have just learned here, I will then go directly into the chart to demonstrate and illustrate everything we just learned here about the 5 impulsive and correctional waves that they are in the Elliott wave. So stay tuned. Alright guys, as you can see on the chart, this is the crash blue flip 1000 index, and this is the 4-hour time frame. And as you can see guys, I'm in a profit of $8,151 US, and I'm going to teach you why I entered this trade with Elliott wave strategy, so you can understand how this strategy works and also apply it from what we've just read. Of course, we are still reading. We discussed why Elliott wave is used, when smart traders use it to enter, and from all I have discussed, I used the concept when smart traders uses to enter trade when I used Elliott wave for prediction. I'm going to graph out the Elliott wave using the tool right now, so you understand how this works. This is the Elliott wave impulsive movement, and these are the projections 3, 4, 5. All right, so I'll just put this on the chart one after the other, so you see why I used Elliott wave here and how that it worked for me and how I was able to use it to project this market movement. And you can also then apply the same rules and principles to your own trading analysis and strategy too. And this is the A, and this is the B, and this is the C. So because after I made these projections and predictions, the wave I calculated from the H4 stopped at that area. I'm going to close this trade while everybody watches. Yes guys, I've just closed all this trade. My demonstration is to mainly explain why Elliott wave works and why the course we've just went through right now tells us to use Elliott wave in our strategy format. So this is the 5 wave Elliott wave, and that is the theory ABC. Let me just use this to graph it around so you understand. Let me just use this to graph around. So this is the wave 1, this is wave 2, this is wave 3, this is wave 4, and this is wave 5. So from what we've read, you remember they say when we already talked about it, so all you can do is just back forward the video and see the projections yourself in what we read. So you know now that you now know why these waves are really powerful and why professional traders use it with trend. Now let me outline why professional traders used to use this wave with the trend based analysis. This is the trend, right? You see the wave is going around with the trend, so a professional trader is going to take this strategy alongside with the trend, but a scalper trader, I mean the smart trader, just compromise all this inside them while they are working. So a smart trader can be said to be a scalper. What is a scalper? A scalper is somebody who takes trade and exits it immediately, while a professional is somebody who is been there for a long time. And there are differences to identifying the recon type of these traders. When we say a smart trader and a professional versus a scalper. A scalper can be anybody. Somebody can give you a signal and ask you to trade, and that is a scalp trade. What that does is it helps you do it fast, right? Scalping is making decisions faster, while swing is a trade you took and would last for a very long period of time. So the Elliott wave has to be in a pattern format. If I went through this pattern inside of a smaller time frame, like the 1 hour time frame, you would see there are waves inside of these waves, and this is where smart traders used to come up with all of those scalp trade. You see, inside of wave 1, let me draw the correctional waves inside it. So this is the A, this is the B, this is the C. All right, so a smart trader would buy when it sees a C pattern. Mind you, this pattern works almost all the time. There's a lot of professionalism tied around this pattern that makes it works 80% of the time, but when applied with trend analysis, it works even better. So you see, I've just came here to show you the graph, the drawing of the pattern. Of course, during our reading section, you're going to take notes and you're going to actually graph out all those reasons why wave 1. All right, wait, they say wave 2 does not go into wave 1, and that is what we have here. Let me go back to the 4-hour time frame so I show you why wave 2 did not go back into wave 1. So our wave 2 our wave 3 retraces only slightly into wave 2, and that is what we have here. This is wave 2, and the retracement was slight. All right, so you see, not even an inch was touching it. It was just the wick, and that is valid, and that is another wave. That is how wave 3 was decided here. So let's go back to the book as we read on this, just to show you what this pattern looks like on the real chart. All right, we stopped at why smart traders